What do straight women physically look for in a man?
Big old dong.
Average dong is on the list.
Ladies always saying it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I knew that was some bullshit. These eyes. Dun, 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 dun.
Attractive eyes is number 2 with 73% of women.
Am I fucking good or what? If you're trying to attract some women, lie about it, because they didn't put honesty up there. So it's free range, baby.
91% of straight women said they want their partner to be taller than them. Kindness is number 1 with 89% of women surveyed said it's important to them. Kindness is a type of behavior marked by acts of generosity, consideration, concern for others without expecting praise or reward in return. Like, what percentage of women would say, I prefer very muscular bodies?
30%.
2.5%.
Holy
of
smokes.
women globally prefer a, quote, very muscular body. Buster, you are allegedly a doctor of psychology, so then tell me, Mr. Big Shot, what are women thinking right now? What do they want?
I don't know, Nick. Let me blow my nose first and wipe my ass with that question.
Man, I would.
What
for the
are women
Pod Plus
thinking?
members listening to this on the blooper reel right now, because I already know I'm taking this out and putting it in the bloopers, I just want you to know the bullshit I have to deal with that the non-members don't know about.
What kind of question is that as a married man? I'm not allowed to answer that. And
what is your wife thinking?
B, there's no way. There's no amount of training in this world. I know you
have called her a bee before. Yeah.
A bumblebee, because she stung my heart. Now it's swollen. Triple its size. From that's not the only thing that has swollen since I met her. No amount of training or preparation could grant me access to thinking what women are thinking about. So I'm just not going to answer.
Have you seen the movie What Women Want?
Yes, with Mel Gibson.
Would you want that power? So for those who haven't seen the movie, Mel Gibson, the main character, any woman he comes into contact with, he can hear their inner thoughts. And Buster's saying, yes, he'd want that. Why?
To hear the inner monologue of any other person gives you so much information and data. You don't have to...
But is it useful data? Is it fun data? Is it good data?
When would it not be useful? I guess, like, if you go into a sporting event, that's enough to throw you into a full-blown psychotic break, like schizophrenia, with how many voices are going to be around you. But if you can, like, filter that out and only get them, like, 1 or 2 at a time, I think there's not many situations in which that would be really useful info for any slice of life, I think.
Her thinking about the fucking groceries she's going to buy later. That's useful info to you?
My wife doesn't have those types of thoughts. She's
I'm not talking about your wife, just any woman you come into contact with.
Oh, Nick just thinks every woman's constantly thinking about be shopping, right? Just thinking about what next grocery they're going to get. Oh, this is a good view inside of your thoughts.
Okay, I walked into that one.
My wife doesn't think about what she's going to get at the grocery store. She's busy thinking about all the things that I fucked up getting from the grocery store and how much of a dumbass I am.
Yeah.
And now she's just hoping that I either get lost at the grocery store next time and I just never come back home, or that I will finally get the right assortment of items that she wished I would have gotten in the first place.
I'm starting to worry that maybe I'm your wife, because I have those thoughts about you all the time.
No comment.
No comment. Buster, we're going to do something scary today. We're going to do something that I never thought I'd want to do. We're going to tap into our inner Mel Gibson. There's a little Mel Gibson inside all of us.
Does that mean you're going to start having some strong racial and religious opinions by the end of the episode?
Well, we'll see how this episode goes. But for now, we are going to put ourselves in a Mel Gibson state of mind, because we are going to figure out, by the end of this episode, we are going to determine what women want, because today you are going to guess the top things women want in a long-term romantic partner. Number 1, good grocery shopping skills.
Most desirable traits, would you say?
Most desirable traits.
For long-term partners.
And this is a scientific study. I don't know if it's scientific. It was a study done by...
BuzzFeed?
Do you know the company Clue? Not the board game.
No, I don't.
It's a menstrual cycle tracking app. I'd be surprised if you had known it. It's one of the top apps in the world for that. It's used by 12 million women around the world. And they said they want to break taboos and challenge assumptions. And they did that by collaborating with top researchers, including researcher Tanya Gerlach at the University of Göttingen and My One Condoms. They partnered with them to conduct one of the biggest and most comprehensive surveys ever done about what women look for in a partner. So more than 68,000 people in 180 countries participated in this study in 2019. Now, the results here focus on cisgender and transgender women only, all sexual partners. So it could be women that are into men, could be women that are into women, could be women that are into whatever else. So these are aggregated. You're going to guess first the top 5 personality traits.
Oh, okay.
And they're combined. So it doesn't matter if they're gay or straight. These are the top 5 personality traits for women in general. After that, you're going to guess the top 5 physical traits. So, Buster, what do you think are safe bets to not be in the top 5 personality traits that a woman looks for in a long-term partner?
How into the NFL he is.
Or she.
That's right. Okay, I should start saying they.
You're right. So there's probably not many women walking around and like the number one thing on their bingo card is, God, I hope they talk about NFL constantly. I hope that's their whole personality. You're probably
now,
right.
Contrasting what a lot of guys assume, or at least what they think growing up, they're probably not after big old dicks.
You're actually right about that. We'll get to that shortly. But yes,
that's right.
big old dicks. It's the same way this study described it. They're not into those.
From my understanding, it's all about the girth.
What's your understanding, Buster? What about the girth? Why do they enjoy the girth? Walk me through it. What's the girth mean to the woman?
Well, from a necessary standpoint, it's like a tree, right? So each concentric ring that goes out from the inside would indicate age. So at some point, it just becomes a legal issue.
Was that a joke?
Yeah. You gotta have enough girth to ensure that tree is 18 years old. You can probably put that one on the blooper reel.
Probably, I think 90% of this episode is on the blooper reel. Oh God, which you can listen to at tennispod.com/plus. What else do you think?
They won't hear that if it's on the blooper reel. I'll let you figure that one out. In the editing.
This is Schrodinger's blooper reel. I'm trying to sort my way through here. What else do you think is not in the top 10?
Personality traits.
Selfish. Maybe selfish is probably not in the top 10. Yeah.
Dishonest.
Rude.
What
if they want them to be dishonest? Like, yes, your hair looks great, honey. Maybe they want them to be dishonest in that case, right?
No, they want you to actually mean that it looks great so that it's not a lie.
What if you can't? What if it doesn't? What do you do? What's your advice, Buster, for all the men and women out there that are asked, do you like my new hair? And they are faced with either lying.
I just don't know. I don't know.
What would you, okay.
It reminds me of what Dr. Oppenheimer says in the film Oppenheimer. Only an adolescent or a fool pretends to know the relationships of other people. And
I'm not familiar with that movie or reference or character.
I don't know. Everyone's relationship is different. Sometimes people feel like it's time to tell a subtle, small, eensy-weensy lie. And other people say, nope, truth is always paramount. Just find a good way to package it.
It's almost like how did you describe it earlier? A big old dick or a little old dick? A big old lie or a little old lie, right?
Yeah.
It just depends. But if your long-term partner, Buster, the one you're with right now, if she were to walk in and her hair looked like shit, what would you say?
I don't think she'd ever ask me.
It looked bad enough that you couldn't even look at her.
And she said specifically, like, what do you think of my hair?
Yes.
It's interesting.
Okay, I think Buster would be sleeping on the couch that night.
That's Midwest nice for goddamn. Let's make some changes.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into it. We're doing personality traits first. It's because the study broke them up. So personality versus physical. So what are the personality traits that women look for in a partner? And remember, the partner could be a male or female. It does not matter.
Okay, honest. Show me honest.
I'm being honest when I say nope.
Okay.
Hell no. God damn, we got to make some changes.
How about consistent?
Consistent?
Yeah. Reliable. It's probably another way to say that.
Reliable is a better word. No, but there's something in the ballpark of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like accountable, or what's the adjective for personality word of like someone willing to commit, you know?
Well, I can't give you the word, but there's a word I'm thinking of that's not exactly that, but similar.
Okay, can you give me any hints without giving it away?
You're there for them no matter what.
Okay, so tried and true. You're there for them no matter what. It's something about like consistent or loyal.
Loyal's a good one. I think that would be better than this one, but it's not loyal. I just don't know how many other ways I can hint you this.
Those ain't loyal.
Think, if you were to go, where do women hang out? If you were to go to the mall or the grocery store.
Here we go again.
Or you go to the kitchen. You go to the kitchen section at Best Buy. I'm joking, everybody. I'm joking. All right, if you were to go wherever women are and you were to poll them and say, what do you care about most? That your partner what's you, no matter what.
Loves you. Supports.
That's not a personality trait. Support is what we're looking for. Supportiveness.
Supportiveness.
Yep.
Like a bra.
Depends on the bra.
Well, if it's a good one.
Ideally.
Yeah. So I'm going to guess this is coming in at number 4.
Well, take your guess and divide it by 2 because it's number 2, supportiveness. 87% of the women surveyed said that this was the most important personality trait for them. Being a supportive partner means listening to, caring for, and helping your significant other so that they know you're there for them no matter what they're going through. So this isn't important to you, Buster, in a partner? You think you could take or leave supportiveness?
Oh, I think it's good. It's great.
Well, it wasn't in your first 28 guesses, so it must not have been that important.
I think it should also be balanced, though, with, you wouldn't want to be supporting someone who has a lot of bad ideas, or there's a fine line to walk. You want to be supportive 99% of the time, but sometimes when you need an open, honest conversation and you got to call your partner out on some business that you need to take care of, right? So,
I agree.
None of us are perfect. We're in the wrong. Supportiveness, it loses its functionality and utility at some point.
I think that's fair. I think honesty or loyalty would be better choices here than supportiveness because, well, like even if you don't, let's say your partner has a really dumb idea that they're trying to do, like a new business venture, let's say, and you think it's not going to work, you still support them, right? So even if you think it's going to fail, you still support them.
But if they ask for your advice has to be, I don't know that this is the best idea, but I'll support you if you choose that that's what you want to do.
And then you sleep on the couch.
Yes.
Neither of us are huge on supportiveness. We think it can
Some bridges are worth the feet across.
God, that spoke to me. Okay, so that's number 2, supportiveness.
Damn, you sound like me watching a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. I don't know.
Okay.
I was trying to think of like a chain commercial, but all the chain commercials suck.
Whoa! Hot take.
I just think about like fast food commercials where they like flip a Burger King burger, and I'm like, God damn, and it just looks so good. But then I stop and think for 2 seconds, and I remember that if I go to Burger King right now, it's going to taste absolutely nothing like what that commercial looked like.
But look, it doesn't have to taste exactly like you thought, as long as it tastes.
It won't taste 5%.
10%.
As good.
Okay, I said 10, you said 5. All right.
I'll regret the drive and probably the last week of my life leading up to the decision to drive to Burger King.
If you work for Burger King, just unsubscribe.
Yeah, now, get the out of here.
I want to read, before you give another guess, I want to read I have a few interesting tidbits from this study. It says that this, tit butts, this surprised me. What percentage of women do you think
69.
care? Correct. I wish, right? What percentage of women, maybe on my birthday, that's about it. What percentage of women...
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
An aside real quick. So, you've seen the movie Beethoven, right? With the dog?
When I was 6, but yeah, sure.
Right. So, we were watching old trailers a couple months back, and when you're a kid, you miss all the adult jokes in there. And the dad, so this is the trailer for Beethoven, and for those people aren't familiar, he's a giant Saint Bernard, like a 200-pound dog, very hairy, big old jowls and slobbers and stuff. And the dad is trying to sleep in bed, and he doesn't know that Beethoven's in bed behind him, and Beethoven is licking his ear, and he rolls over and he's like, honey, it's not even Saturday.
How the hell did we get here? Beethoven trailers?
Because you said maybe on my birthday.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of him saying it's not even Saturday.
Well, what I was trying to get to is what percentage of women, ballpark it, would you say care about a muscular body versus an average or out of shape body? What percentage of women would say, I prefer very muscular bodies type?
Very muscular, 30%.
2.5%.
Holy
of women
smokes.
globally prefer a, quote, very muscular body. Average body types being the most popular, just under 45% of women choosing that. Now, fit and athletic body type, which I think is what you were trying to get to a minute ago, that is 35%. But even that seems
you're
low.
not looking like Arnold, but you're fit.
You're fit. Someone would look at you and say, oh, he's in shape, he's fit.
You're reasonable.
Yeah, I hope to be reasonable someday. Still working on it. But that's only 35% of women want that. 45% or the majority choose average. Isn't that interesting?
Average. Yeah.
It just goes against what we've been conditioned to. Like in media, movies, and music and magazines, it's all like super like unreasonably fit people that are in fantastic shape. And they do that to appeal to men and women watching. But according to this study, nope.
I wonder if there's some game theory going on with that, like selection bias for what they think is attainable, reasonable.
That could be. You always got to bring psychology into it, don't you? God,
And
it's so fucking
how a
annoying.
person would feel if they, it's an interesting thing to think about why there might be such a discrepancy.
Speaking of discrepancy,
Don't worry.
I can't say it.
I'm here.
Discrepancies. Jesus. Give me another guess. Top 5 personality traits that women want in a long-term relationship.
Openness.
Is that like the fly is open on the pants a lot?
Maybe.
Or
That's
they're
probably more
open
of a
to
physical
they're
trait.
open and down to do anything? Am I right?
Sure. Yeah.
No. Number 1 on the list is very basic.
What about like emotionally available?
No, but let's go down that path.
Vulnerable?
No.
Like an expressive? In tune with their emotions? Good communicator?
Okay. If someone believed in themselves and their communication skills, what would you say that person is?
Confident?
Confident. Confidence.
Confidence.
on this list.
Okay.
Where is it, bub?
4.
Number 5 is confidence.
Confidence.
60% of those surveyed said this is important. Confidence, if you didn't know, is the feeling of belief or trust that a person or thing is reliable. Self-confidence is trust in oneself. Self-confidence involves a positive belief that one can generally accomplish what one wishes to do in the future, which is not the same as self-esteem, which is the evaluation of one's worth. So self-confidence is what we're looking for here. So women like a confident partner, which is a fine line too. All these traits have a fine line because if you're too confident, you're cocky or you're arrogant.
You're an asshole. Yes.
Right. I'd say actually every single thing on this list is like that, where you can like walk the line of pro and con on it.
There's a Goldilocks zone to each of them.
How important is confidence to you in a partner, Buster?
I mean, it's important, but I don't think it's up there for me. In my industry, we talk a lot about how confidence and competence are disconnected. Just because someone is confident doesn't mean that they actually know anything or are able to put 2 and 2 together. So I think I'm kind of on the prowl for overconfidence being a problem. So,
But think about the flip side. Think about someone that's extremely the opposite of confidence.
right.
That could be a problem too, right?
It can. Yep, I would agree. Yeah, I think it's important, but maybe not a priority.
I would agree with that. But I'm not going to go so far as to say that you're smarter than every woman that's ever lived, like you
I
said
didn't.
in your summary there.
Nope.
Speaking of smart, what is a smart adjacent personality trait?
Big ass. Intelligent.
Intelligence, sir, is what number?
3.
Are you sure?
4.
3 is right. You're an idiot. 72% of those surveyed said it's important. Now, intelligence, bub, can be described as the ability to perceive or infer information and to
Damn.
retain it as knowledge to be
Retain.
applied to adaptive behaviors with
Slow
an
down.
environment or context. Now, intelligence is different than learning because learning refers to the act of retaining facts and information or abilities and being able to recall them for future use, while intelligence, on the other hand, is the cognitive ability of someone to perform these and other processes.
Yeah. Yep.
Duh.
What's interesting to remind people in the field of psychology is we most often think of intelligence as your ability to remember things that have already happened in the past, but the actual dictionary definition of intelligence and the psychological definition of it is it's your ability to problem solve in the future across a wide variety of different goals. It's your potential to do what's next, not what you've already done and what you can remember.
And it's interesting because people, I think, kind of I won't say misuse the word intelligence, but they throw it around a lot when other words might make more sense.
Yeah, just like somebody could remember some strange trivia facts, and people are like, "Damn, that boy is smart."
I don't know anything about trivia facts or anything like that. I don't have a
Who's
podcast
trivia?
all about that. Intelligence, I would put in my top 5. I think I need to be with someone that's intelligent, which is why I'm still looking.
Right?
Am I
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna say you could have fooled me.
Got her. Just kidding.
Damn.
She's very intelligent. But where's
Oh,
intelligent
yeah.
rank for you, bub?
It's up there. It's higher than confidence. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, me too. What about supportiveness?
Because you know, I could look across the room at someone and be like, "Wow, they are gorgeous, they are beautiful." But as soon as I've stepped into a conversation with them, if things are falling flat early, and I sense that we need to dust off the old intelligentsia, then I'm probably no longer interested.
Right. It's like you can find someone that's a 10 out of 10 physically, but when you talk to them, you realize quickly they're... Do you hear my dog? He like keeps yawning really loud.
Then I think, it's time for me to get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah.
Without you.
And a lot of listeners, folks at home right now, are listening to Buster's voice and thinking the same.
Right.
Okay, so you just need number... Actually, let me read you another tidbit. In terms of how tall a partner should be, we're looking specifically at straight women. So these are women into men. How tall do they want a man to be?
6 foot.
Okay, it says 91% of straight women said they want their partner to be taller than them. 10% said much taller.
Oh.
People want them taller. They don't want shorter, which...
Yeah, they like the height.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 0% wanted someone shorter than them?
Well, the 10% I said was inside of the 90%. So roughly 10% are looking for someone that's the same height or shorter.
Gotcha.
I I just think you don't find very often that a woman is like specifically looking for a shorter man, because the pool of candidates is very small, no pun intended. Just like a dick is small at times. And what else do you have in this top 5 traits? Something very related to intelligence.
Intelligence, okay. Competence or...
Now, Buster, when you pretend that you're a doctor and you tell everyone that you, quote unquote, went to doctor school... Educated, yes. Education is number
4.
4, yep. 65% of women said this is important. Education is the process of acquiring knowledge, while intelligence is the ability to use that knowledge to think and reason. It's possible to be highly educated but not intelligent, and vice versa. For example, a formal education shows that someone can learn, but it doesn't necessarily demonstrate the intelligence unless that knowledge is applied in practice. And on the other hand, intelligence without knowledge can lead to inexperience, misinformation, or one of my favorite words, naivety. God.
Naivete.
Yes.
English is his first language, folks. Don't get it twisted.
So education, bub, where are you on that? You think it's not important? You don't need it at all?
I don't think it's as important as intelligence, no.
I agree.
You don't have to have a formal meritocratic degree for me to
not like you
find you attractive. My education is a product of circumstance. It wasn't even the plan. It just happened that way. And
you also married a doctor.
Yeah, but that wasn't... It wasn't by grand design.
We got him backpedaling, folks. We got him teetering on the edge. We got him.
I'm tittering. That's for sure.
Baby. So that's education. It's the most boring one on the list. Am I right?
Boring.
Now, 46% of women of all sexual orientations said that a potential partner's desire to parent or not was very important.
Oh, okay,
and I thought that was interesting. 46% want to align with their partner on whether or not to have children.
See, I think it should be 100%.
That's what I was going to say.
Align.
Yes.
Because if you don't align, then it's going to be some stormy seas ahead.
People change, right? There was a time I knew you didn't want kids.
Right?
There was a time I didn't want kids. But we both changed our minds. And
yeah, your change occurred after you had kids, and you said, "Never mind, I don't want them anymore."
Exactly. Yes, kids for sale. If anyone's interested, hit me up on Instagram at the Nick Emel. I'll put them on Facebook Marketplace. My point is, some people might say, "Yes, I want kids," and he doesn't, but he might change his mind later. So yes, I'll go ahead and date this man or woman, right? So I think there's some of that, but yeah, I think ideally, if everything's perfect, you both should be aligned on what you want, because that's just a huge thing to disagree on.
Yeah,
it's like religion and politics. Having a kid is bigger than those, but the next 2 things down would be if you're not aligned religiously or politically with your partner, I think it can cause a lot of issues.
Yeah, let's say you had to rank those. How would you rank them?
I think agreement on having a kid is number one.
You think that's the highest?
I'm ranking them based on like what has the most potential to break up a relationship.
Sure.
And I think that's number one. And I think number
That's
two
your
is
personal answer.
yeah. I think number two is religion. No, well, not my personal answer. What I'm
What's your personal answer? Because I think I put religion first.
yeah, I would put religion first.
And
for
then
me.
children, and then politics.
Agree for me personally, but for the world at large, I think it's mostly kid one, then religion, then politics. Although lately, in America at least, the last few years, I think politics is a growing issue because they're so like, imagine two married people and one's voting for Kamala and one's voting for Trump? That's hard to reconcile.
How do you sit down at the dinner table? How do you take your clothes off of one another and start to have sex with another person? When, yeah, it's just when you don't see eye to eye on political issues that permeate literally every core value you could have.
Right.
It's hard to think about, but it happens for a lot of people. Our next door neighbors are that way. They're an older couple, and they are radically different politically, and it's super interesting to think about. I'm assuming
they just choose not to talk about it.
Well, I will tell you that we've lived in this house for over 4 years, and I have never, not once, have I ever seen them together. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I always see the wife
Damn.
or the husband. I have never seen the two of them together. Not even in the same car.
That's actually wild.
I'm gonna guess that the lines of communication are not the most open they've ever been.
Yeah, because if you like politically in America right now to be married to someone it's just so volatile. I can't imagine that. And same with religion. And if you don't agree on having kids, that's just by definition, it's gonna create resentment from one or both of you. So
sure.
That's fun.
That's a hard thing to compromise on.
Although speaking of religion, this surprised me too. What percentage of women, straight and gay, said that religious similarity is important in a long-term partner?
28%.
You actually got close, 25%.
Wow, only 1 in 4. Okay, so if you are religious, if you are a Christian, that means that you are okay saying I do and having a family and dating with someone and loving someone more than anyone else on this planet. But when you die, you're more than okay with them being tortured for eternity.
I know.
I don't think people think about that enough. Because that's hard for me to endorse if a person was religious, for you to say, yeah, I'm going to heaven, but you, the person I care about the most on this planet, sucks to suck, bitch, because you and Satan are about to do a dance forever.
I think that's in the wedding vows. But I think it's one of those things like I was saying with kids earlier, like, well, maybe they'll change their mind. We're going to be married forever, so maybe I can change their mind. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if people have put enough critical thinking time into what that really means to not align religiously with their partner.
Hey, I agree. I'm just trying to get in the psyche of the population at large.
Unless they were a non-religious woman who answered that, and in that case, it's more feasible, because then you're like, oh well, my partner just believes some things that I don't, and that's okay, because then the person answering the survey doesn't really believe in the
sure. If we're talking about the person answering the survey, which is a woman, but if we're just talking in general, one of those two people has the thing you were saying, where one of those people thinks they're going to heaven and the other not, or whatever religion's afterlife you believe in. Spoiler alert, none of them are real. Okay, so what percentage of women do you think put importance on ethnic similarity?
12%.
19%.
19.
Higher than I thought. And this is a global survey. Women from 180 countries took it. So I'm sure if you were to look at some countries versus others, that percentage would be a lot higher or lower.
Wow, 180 countries. That's a hell of a survey.
That's a hell of a survey, bub. 68,000 women took the survey.
68,000.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I see you weren't listening to my intro.
This is some good data. This is like free marriage advice.
Well, that's us right now. We're giving free advice on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. But if you would like to pay us, just reach out.
TennisPod.com/plus.
There you go.
You'll get marriage advice and also bonus content and ad-free episodes. You can't beat that. You just have one left on the personality traits list, and this one is so basic, I don't think you'll eventually guess it, but I don't think it'll be top of mind.
Is it something like loving or caring?
Very close.
Thoughtful.
Kindness.
Kindness.
Look at him scoff.
God.
I mean, yes, it's important. You don't want to be with someone mean. I know I don't. And it's also not expecting enough, I think.
Yeah, I mean, to be supportive is a branch of kindness.
They're on the same tree, bub. Kindness is number one, with 89% of women surveyed said it's important to them. Kindness is a type of behavior marked by acts of generosity, consideration, rendering assistance, or concern for others without expecting praise or reward in return. This is interesting that women, if you were to break this out based on sexual orientation, all women worldwide, they all chose kindness first.
It always comes down to kindness. I wish they had broken that out into subcategories, but we'll take it.
One of the, let's see, Dr. Virginia J. Vitsum from Kinsey Institute. She's a senior scientist and the Clue Director of Scientific Research and Professor of Anthropology at Indiana University. I'm sure you guys hang out since you're both doctors, right?
Oh my God.
She said that kindness is rather like gravity, essential but little noticed until it's gone. Given today's emphasis on looks and wealth, it may surprise you that kindness is a desirable trait across the world, but kindness is key to the human capacity for forming the long-term social bonds so essential to our evolution. And without those bonds and kindness to help us get through the inevitable rough patches, we wouldn't have survived and flourished. I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. She makes the best argument for it, but I wish it was a little more specific and less vague, like you.
You're right.
Okay,
I agree.
Let's go back. We know you like to listen to Tennis Podcast, but now it's time to wear it. TennisPod.com/merch has all of your merch needs. We have new designs that let the world know you're a sidekick host, or that your loved one should just go ahead and unsubscribe. All these and more are available to wear on your tight little body right now. We also have designs for the licking machine, your body elves, and many others. We even have one that proves you have one hell of an ass. We have shirts available for all sexes and multiple colors available, as well as mugs, hoodies, and hats. And to help you get started, I have a special discount for you. Use promo code BUTT for 10% off your next order. That's promo code BUTT at tennispod.com/MERCH. Don't be a butt. Shop now. Let's go back to those top five. Confidence, education, intelligence, supportiveness, and kindness.
Okay, there
We're
you go,
switch
folks.
to physical traits here in a moment.
If you're trying to attract some women in the next few weeks, now you know what the bullseye is.
Kindness. You got to be nice to people. No more yelling at people on the subway.
And
You
supportive.
got to be nice.
And seem intelligent. And
Get
do
him a
it
supportive
with
bra.
confidence.
Become a doctor like Buster. It's the only way to be.
And if you're not educated, lie. Lie about it, because they didn't put honesty up there. So it's free range, baby.
Buster, real quick, tit butt is the country with the highest percentage of respondents that stated financial security was very important. Japan, Mexico, Colombia, and the United States. Now, the country least likely to choose financial security as very important was our friends in France.
Okay.
They're more into the we, am I right?
Yeah, well, we're about to get to that.
Literally. Okay, let's talk about the top five physical traits. Now, we're going to do, this is separated by straight women versus gay women,
Okay.
but there is a lot of overlap. So let's just do straight women for now. What do straight women physically look for in a man?
I'm going to guess that a big old dong is not on the list.
No, but an average dong is on the list.
Oh, I thought it wouldn't even crack the top five.
Well, it's because
There
you're not
you go.
thinking like a woman.
Ladies always saying it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. I knew that was some bullshit.
61% say it
I knew-
matters. It puts it at number 3.
I knew that was some bullshit.
An average-sized penis is considerably more desirable than a large penis, and women with more sexual experience were more likely to place more importance on penis size.
Oh.
Buster, how average of a penis do you have?
That's funny that only the people who are in the know, who've ran around the block with a dick, want a bigger one.
Ran around the
So
block
it's like-
with a dick.
So it's like only the people that are super into cooking can distinguish what good food is, you know? And the people who are really into basketball can know the finer details of basketball strategy and plays and shots and fouls. Same way with a penis.
Same way with a penis. They know their way
They
around
know
the
the
penis a little
barefoots
more.
from the top shelf.
Buster's spitting truths today. Buster, how
Oh.
important is a penis size to you when you're looking for a woman?
Huge. Huge all the way around.
Hugely important or huge penis is important?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's not mistaken for a third leg, then I'm not really interested.
Okay. I don't even know where to go with that. But so while a huge, big ol' fucking gigantic chokeable dong is not in the top 5, there is a part of the body that women do like big.
Big butt.
No.
Big eyes. A big smile.
Not, okay, let's slow down. Let's go back. Big what?
Fingers.
Okay, close. Big. I love the idea of small hands, but big fingers. Large hands.
Really? That's another thing that I just feel like.
Well, you're not a woman.
I know. This is so insightful.
Yes, you're welcome. Where do large hands come in the top 5, sir?
Number 4.
Number 4, you got it. 59% of women want the large hands. And I looked it up. Hand fetishism, also known as, I think, chirophilia, is one of the least common fetishes in the porn industry, despite its cousin, the foot fetish, being among the most common.
Which is really common.
It is the most common. It is the most common.
I was in a conversation recently with my significant other and a couple other people, and they called me a boomer because I said that people are getting more and more into feet. And I think that that's true, and they just thought I was crazy. They couldn't fathom anybody being into feet, and they didn't think it was very common. And I was like,
super common.
I don't think you all have seen the corners of the internet I've seen. It's pretty rampant.
Not only that, but
which is strange.
It's rampant on the internet, but I think it's rampant in real life, obviously, that those people just don't talk about it, or at least not in mixed company, they don't talk about it. But hand fetish is apparently a thing too, just not common at all. And for more on porn, look at episode 253, where me and Buster did the top 10 most common porn searches.
And there was another one you did with Brandon, right?
We did. Yep. We did a porn episode with Brandon too. And I did a porn period with Buster.
But that's
on Tennis Pod Plus.
Yes.
Okay, so you mentioned eyes and smile. Those are both on here. So attractive eyes.
These eyes, dun 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 dun, ba-dum, ba-dum, dum. Smile every time for you. Eyes, show me number 2. We got 2 of them.
Oh, you didn't want to keep singing?
These arms. That
was a joke. That was a joke. Please stop. Attractive eyes is number 2 with 73% of women, straight women, saying it's important.
Not fucking good or what?
And people, I looked up the history, not the history, but like the psychology of eye contact. It is a form of nonverbal communication and can have a large influence on social behavior. Now, the term eye contact actually wasn't coined until the early 1960s. The term came from the West to often define the act as a meaningful and important sign of confidence and respect. And people, perhaps without consciously doing so, search others' eyes and faces for positive or negative mood signs. And in some contexts, the meeting of eyes arouses strong emotions. And Buster, as you know, since you're doing it to me right now, eye contact is also an important element in flirting, where it may serve to establish, engage the other's interest in some situations, and mutual eye contact that signals attraction initially begins as a brief glance and progresses into repeated volleying of eye contact.
Volleying, good lord.
But I thought, like, that was a very technical description, thanks Wikipedia, but I thought it was right. Like, think about eye contact across the bar, right? Or across a crowded room when you meet.
That's huge.
Briefly, the eyes, like, the eyes, like, brush past each other. And then they hone in until you're both looking at each other at the same time. And then you're fucking on the floor in front of everybody and they have to pull you away like animals. But the eyes are just so important.
They are. And eye contact is one of those other things, like the quote about kindness, that you don't really think about it much until you're talking to somebody who has poor eye contact. And then it's just really noticeable. And for me, I can't stop thinking about it. Also, what I want to say is when people are talking, or if you're thinking about and you're retrieving something from memory, next time you're in a conversation with somebody, watch that while they may be able to maintain good eye contact when they're listening, often when people are formulating thoughts and having to retrieve things from memories, they look around. And that's because eye contact with another person is so emotionally laden. It's distracting and it inhibits your ability to retrieve memories very well. So you look away from a human face because you're not wanting to extract information at the time. You're trying to bring it out of memory instead. So you're avoiding interference. The more you fucking know.
The more you fucking know. But, you know, we're talking about all this eye contact shit. You know, in some cultures, such as East Asia and Nigeria, it is respectful not to look the dominant person in the eye. But in Western
Sure.
culture, this can be interpreted as being shifty-eyed, and the person judged badly because, quote, they wouldn't look me in the eye.
Right.
So in some cultures, like
Look me in the eye, boy.
you don't look the dominant person in the eye, kind of like dogs. You know,
Sure.
the dominant dog says, eh.
I will always look a dog in his face and I'll say, oh, fucking, I dare you. I dare you to do something.
All right, we're fucking done with that.
I
So
have
the last
before.
thing,
I'll
what, you
egg
barked at a
on-
dog?
No, well, I'll egg on some dogs that if they annoy me, I'll just stare at them like, fuck you. I'm not backing down.
Why?
Because it's power play.
But that dog's just a little cute little baby. He just wants to be
Not
a friend.
always. No, not always, brother.
And how often do you kick the dog, Buster? How often do you hit
Zero.
the dog?
But when it's psychologically, I always win.
God, this is weird. Well,
Well, we got number 5.
okay, let's do 5.
I got hands, penis, eyes on my list, which, as I just looked down at my paper, is a funny assortment to see.
Yeah, you should keep that.
Hair.
In fact, do me a favor, and I'm being serious. Take a picture that I can share out of context, like notes from Dr. Buster's guessing today.
Well, it looks really bad because I got all these scribbles and shit. It's probably not a good picture, but
Love you for that. Thank you. What was the thing you said?
hair. Show me hair.
Okay, what kind of hair? Straight women want what kind of hair in a man?
Oh, interesting. Dark hair.
What about length?
Oh, short.
Short hair.
Short hair.
56%. And it does specify short head hair. So I think the butt hair and the leg hair is up for debate. Whether they want that
could
long
be a
or short.
wild mane. It could be a
Mhm.
a long draping, trailing dress of hair, but
From your ass.
from your
if you
ass
were-
hairs.
If you are one of your fellow sidekick hosts, Alex Johns, you have an ass so smooth it could give a baby seal a run for its money. You don't have to worry about the hair in that
The
case.
FBI of hair still has not been able to find Alex's ass. They've been looking and looking, and it's still missed. They can't find it.
Well, they think it's a lady's butt. It's so smooth.
That stone's been turned, and they're elsewhere.
How important is hair to you, Buster?
Not as important as a voice. I've always been very particular about ladies' voices.
Well, then why are you married to her?
Right. Someone who sounds like Oscar the Grouch has been chain smoking for 50 years.
I mean, you said it. But yeah.
Yeah, voice is another thing too, where like, I might think that they're attractive, but then as soon as they start talking, it's like, I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
Or teeth. Teeth is like that for me too.
So none of those are on the top?
No. You actually said number 1 in passing earlier. And in fact, I said something very close to it when I said teeth.
Oh, smile. Mouth.
Smile. Attractive smile is number 1, with 82% of straight women saying it's important to them. And for why, I looked to primatologist Signe Prushoft, who traces the smile back over 30 million years of evolution to a, quote, fear grin.
Allegedly.
Stemming from monkeys and apes who often used barely clenched teeth to portray to predators that they were harmless or to signal submission to more dominant group members.
Absolutely will I not sit here and let you tell me I came from no monkey. How dare you? How dare you?
I'm just reading what it says. I didn't say it's true or I agree with it. I read all kinds of shit that's not true. You just don't know which it is.
You're just poisoning our children's minds with
This
this
whole
evolution
episode, in fact,
nonsense.
has been made up from my mind. None of it's based on anything. But yeah, it says that this guy, back when we were monkeys, Buster, we would show our teeth in a grin to signal that we were not harmless or to submit to other dominant members of the group. But since then, smiling has become more favorable, and it makes one likable and more approachable, which is funny how that kind of shift happened. Smiling is a signaling system that evolved from a need to communicate in many different forms. One of these is an advertisement of sexual interests. Female smiles are appealing to heterosexual males, increasing physical attractiveness and enhancing sex appeal. Thanks, Wikipedia.
God damn. I'm going to start smiling at everybody. Hey, baby.
God damn. Okay, so 5 most important physical traits to a woman, straight woman, is number 5, short head hair.
Hair, hands, penis, eyes, smile.
You got it. Buster said it. I don't need to go through it.
Oh, it's just funny. I truly didn't think that a penis would be on the top 5. because it just seems like in the context of like modern culture, women will kind of always downplay it and say it's not actually that important. But turns out it is.
Yeah, but if you make a woman choose and say, what are the 5 physical things? There's only so many fucking things to choose from. They're not going to choose the ears. They're not going to choose the knuckles. They're not going to choose the elbows. You know, let's go to the penis.
Penis still ranked above hands and hair.
Now yeah. But when you stick a penis in a vagina, they want it to feel comfortable.
There's your quote of the episode. That's what you'll be taking to TikTok as the episode promo right there. You got it.
We're going to talk about the gays now. We're going to shorten this a bit because you've already guessed there's a lot of things that are on the straight list that are also in here. Number 5 is long head hair. So gay women want long hair. 40% of gay women. We're going to skip 4 and 3. Number 2 and number 1 are the same as the straight list. Number 2, attractive eyes. Number 1, attractive smile. So gay and straight women both want a nice smile, nice eyes, and nice hair.
Man, it's like all women prefer, no matter who they're attracted to, they want eyes and a smile.
And kindness. Now, where the gay women differ is on number 4 and 3. They don't care about hands or a medium-sized dick. They care about other physical features on a woman.
Legs.
No.
Attractive legs. Breasts.
Oh, baby! Hang on, you said breasts. I can't even think about anything else now until I see some breasts. It's on here, yeah.
Oh, it did. Okay, I wondered if it wouldn't even crack the top. Oh, it's funny. That's the exact same ranking as a penis.
It just swaps out the penis. And guess what it says? Well, you tell me. Do they want small,
medium
average?
Size?
They want average-sized breasts. Yes.
Yep.
What is an average-sized breast in America, at least, Buster? Based on cup size.
B.
I would have guessed B as well. But I did a search, and I looked at more than one place to make sure this was right, because it did not sound right to me. But according to my research, the 34 double D is the average in America. I wonder if that has to do with... I wonder if that has to do with obesity rates being up, though. Seriously. Like, I don't... You know what I mean? Like, because that can't be right. That can't be what it's always been.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah. You got the A, the B, the C, and the D. That's the biggest. You name that quote? Seinfeld, bub.
That's right.
Frank Costanza. How do you like your breasts, Buster? You like them average?
Yeah, I think I might like them a little smaller than average personally. If it's double D is the average, but hey,
can you stop objectifying women for like 5 seconds so we can continue this episode?
All right.
Well, gay women like the breasts. What else do they like?
And the booty.
The booty. And they want what kind of booty?
Butt.
What size?
Medium?
Average.
Average
buttocks is important. It's number 4 for gay women. Now, I looked. The average butt size in America.
Yeah, how are they measuring width?
Inches. Circumference.
Got it.
38 to 41 inches for women, at least between ages 20 and 59. 38 to 41 inches. I don't know how accurate this is, but I saw a chart on Reddit that showed a map color-coded by the countries with the biggest butts. And, you know, maybe that's a list we should do someday. But it said that
would be a fun list.
Canadians and Eastern Europeans have the smallest butts, while South America has the countries with the biggest bum-bums.
The biggest whole booties. Juicy. Really, Canada and Eastern Europe. That's funny.
So Brad Choma up in Canada, I'm going to guess he doesn't have much of an ass.
They eat pancakes for breakfast, and they got pancakes on the back of their bodies.
Are you saying pancakes because of the syrup?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't know.
I just needed something to refer to the pancake butt.
Okay. Maybe work on that. Now, Buster, why do people like butts sexually?
You know, I think about that all the time as a person who is attracted to butts. It's just, it really is funny. Is it only because they are not revealed to us all the time? Like if they were revealed all the time, they would just lose their appeal, right?
I don't know, because it's not like the upper thigh.
Every other part of the body that is exposed to us normally, we're not turned on by. But let's say that culturally, nobody ever showed their knees for hundreds of years. I bet people will be like turned on if they saw a knee, right?
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's more to it. I think there's something biological about it because I looked into it. It says that humans evolved to be into big old butts Because in because in ancient times, when males were looking, did I say it like that?
Not really. I just kind of threw on my spin.
In ancient times, by God, when a male was looking for a woman to be his mate, often that woman did not have a choice. Let's keep in mind. He would look for a woman that could bear healthy children, and a woman with wide hips and a large badonkadonk will have an easier time carrying a child to full term and not die in childbirth.
Shit.
So that goes back to like the very beginning of why men first started looking at lady butts. But I don't get why a woman would be into a man's butt, because a man's not carrying a baby.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true.
But I think it's kind of
but
just
it didn't
like
crack the
transferred
top
over.
5. They didn't say butt.
Well, not for straight women, yeah, but for gay women, butts is in the top 5.
I wonder how far a butt would fall on the list. If we went all the way down, how far down is the butt?
I don't know. I don't have it. I want to ask you something here in a minute, but first let me recap quickly. Top 5 physical traits for gay women. Number 5 is long hair on the head. 4 is an average butt. 3 is average tits. 2 is attractive eyes, and 1 is attractive smile. Buster, I'm not asking you personally. I'm asking you to put your mind in the head of the average male.
Average male.
What do you think the average male's top 5 physical traits would be in order in a woman?
This is not my own.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm guessing the
there
average
might be
male
overlap,
would say.
but what the average male would say. Do you think number 1 has to be boobs, right?
No, I don't. I think there are a lot of men who prioritize the booty.
More than the boobies?
I don't know if it's more. But that's why I don't know if breasts and butt would be number 1. I think there might be too much disagreement. I think they're falling 2 and 3. But I don't know which one comes 2, which one's 3.
Well, then I'm really curious to know what you think number 1 is. The nose?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the only other candidate I'd see is legs.
Legs,
I guess the giny. But
or eyes.
Nah. You know, I could see eyes and smile being in the top 5, but I do think, for me, if I were to guess, I think men would say boobs 1, butt number 2, number 3, legs, number 4, smile, number 5, hair. I don't think eyes would be hair.
I think hair's up there. Yeah. I don't know. It would be interesting
we'll
to
do
know.
that on a future episode. I'll try to find one of those for the future. But, Buster, do you feel more confident that you know what women want after this recording
Somewhat, yes. I'd say I feel 3% more prepared.
Okay,
to
good.
anticipate their desires.
Okay, weird way to say it. Now, for the listeners out there, if you want to anticipate the desires of what women I'd love to know what you thought of this list. Do you think it's bullshit? Do you disagree? Do you agree? Are you a gay woman? Are you a straight woman? What? Tell me. You can let me know on social media at 10ishpod. All the links to our social media sites are in the show notes. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can also leave a comment directly on the episode in the Spotify app. You can let me know there too. Buster, any closing words for our lady and non-lady listeners?
If you're ever in a mysterious place and you have no idea what your partner prefers and what they're after, as long as it's not too late in your relationship, maybe you could just ask. Keep those lines of communication open and let them know ask what they might prioritize from a personality. And if that's not your strong suit right up front, maybe it's something you can angle towards.
Shh. Sorry, I missed all that. What?
Short version is, according to the data, be average.
Be average and be kind. And next time you smile, let them know that they look like a monkey begging for its life. Anyway, I hope you learned something today. I know I have. I'll be back next week with episode 279. I'll be joined by Alex Johns, who is going to bring me a list. And by the way, you can listen to that episode early before anyone else listens to it. And you can listen to it with no ads in it by just signing up at tennispod.com/plus. You get a free 7-day trial when you do that. Buster, thank you very much. I'll see you next time.
Salutations.
Is salutations a goodbye too? I thought that was a hello thing.
I don't know. Fucking see ya.